Here's how I open portals using Videoleap's powerful editing tools. First, I shot a clip of myself waking up and sitting up out of frame. I then got a second angle of myself sitting up, and then bringing my hands together and pulling apart, as if I'm opening an imaginary portal in the air. Then, without moving the camera, I changed the lighting of the scene and did the same movement again, but this time laying back into my bed after I pulled open the portal. Next, I taped my phone to the ceiling and got a shot of me falling back into my bed, and then doing a similar portal opening motion with my hands. I then took away my mattress and replaced it with a carpet, while also changing the color of the lighting once again. I then laid back down in the same spot and did the same motion. Finally, I removed the carpet, changed the light to white, and laid back down, this time just moving around slightly. Lastly, I set down a green piece of paper and got a shot of my hands reaching in and pulling apart. I then opened Videoleap and imported all of my clips into a new project. With my clips arranged in the right order, I dragged the second part of the first portal transition on top of the first part. Then I brought down the top layer's opacity so that I could easily line up the hand motions of both clips. After they were properly aligned, I brought the opacity back to 100 and navigated to the Mask tool. I chose a radial mask and then turned on the keyframe tool so I could animate the mask's scale and position. Starting from between my hands, I slowly moved down the timeline, readjusting the mask to match the motion of my hands pulling apart. Here is the effect. Next, I repeated the same process for the first overhead shot transition. For the last transition, I selected the mixer layer clip and split it at the start of the final clip. I then selected the final clip and used a filter to turn it black and white. Next, I imported the green screen hand clip and positioned it above the final clip. Next, I navigated to Chroma Tool and used the picker to remove the green. Then I used a mirror mask to cut off the unwanted edges. Then with the top layer clip of me selected, I navigated to the Freeze tool, which created a new still frame clip. I arranged the hands to the top layer, and then with the clip of me selected, I applied a mirror mask and once again used keyframes to animate the mask, pulling it open at the same speed as the hand motion, revealing the clip underneath. Finally, to enhance the portal effect, I navigated to Effects and applied a prism layer over top of the portal. I used keyframes and animated the effects so that the size and the intensity were strongest in the middle of the transition. I then navigated to Glitch and applied an RGB effect over the same section to tie it all together. Here's the final result.